Hey guys, it's Chris from Enola Gaye, and it's time for Valken Debrief Live.
Hey everybody, it's Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and it's another episode of the Valken Debrief Airsoft live show, episode number 81, and we are broadcasting live from the beautiful Colorado Ranch. And this show,
we're hungry.
Yes, is sponsored by Enola Gaye, the fine folks here in the U.S. and in the U.K., Mr. Chris Pananen and Omar and Darren and all those guys sponsor the show. We love it. We're excited. Maybe we haven't given away anything in a while.
Okay.
Should we give away something?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see if we can get 50 viewers. We'll give away a duffel bag and a backpack that could possibly have some nades in them. So, like, share, tag your friends. Let's see if we can get them in here. We'll fill up a duffel bag and a backpack if we get up to 50 live viewers. So, let's do this. Also, if you'd like to join ValkenAlliance.com, as you see it on our little banner down there. We're just trying to get people together in their area to get out and play. Javier, give away your butthole virginity. Hey, we got Doug Smith in the house, Ben Riddle.
In Javier's case, it's like...
We got Fritz, Jacob Laws, what's going on? We got Angela Scott. She is watching while walking through the woods. First debrief I have gotten to see in forever. Yes, we've missed you. So, oh, we got Rich Gully in the house from Fightertown in Arizona. Cole Thornton, the Airsoft Bandit. Let's tag some friends. It's real easy. Just tag him right in the chat. Let's see. Woodcock's not here yet.
Yeah, he is.
Was he here?
Yeah, right there.
Where?
At the beginning.
Oh, he was? Oh, he is in there. Well, dang it. Well, let's tag retired Sergeant Soto and Greg Alexander. Ooh, you know who I can... Let's see if I can tag. Let's see if this will work. Colonel Ramon Verduga. Let's see if he shows up. So, tonight's show we're going to be talking about airsoft referees. And if you saw the announcements, what's up, Joseph Giraldi from Staten Island? I'm just continuing on some offside conversations that I've been having with some folks on what they think referees should be overtly visible or hidden, or a little combination of both. And everybody that's commented so far on the social media posts have said both. But we're going to get into it a little bit more in detail. Hey, there's Woody. Brett Banks in the house. Mrs. Kaiju in there. She's probably going to try to win Hammer comment. Alex Petrakis from Mere Tactical. Oh yes, bring the Robo in here. Yeah, it's the foodie vlog.
He has better things to do.
I know, right? I know. So, Woody and I tagged Corey from Guardian Apparel at the same time. So, we're going to cut to a quick commercial. We're going to come right back and get right into it. We're going to actually be opening the phone lines too. So we haven't opened the phone lines in a minute. It's been a while to hear everyone's wonderful voices out there in TV land. So, again, quick commercial. We'll be right back.
One for the money, two for the show. I'm Leszek from Gunfire. Valken Debrief, here we go.
Hi guys, I'm Leszek from Gunfire, one of the best retail shops in Europe. You can find us on every social media. You can find me on Instagram, that guy from Gunfire. Check us out.
Oh,
Already?
I hit too many buttons. Look at that. So, welcome back to episode number 81, the Valken Debrief Airsoft live show. You know, we always forget to mention mod. We haven't mentioned mod AI 2.5 in a while. They're always there. I guess I take them for granted. Or her. Or it. How you been?
Fine.
Yeah? Any cool projects you've been working on?
I could tell you, but I have to kill you.
But I thought I signed like an unending NDA.
Never ending.
Never ending NDA. Everything's waiverable. Look at that. That was a quick commercial. What else we got in here? Mary Ryan, welcome. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do the overachiever of the hour. Goes to Angela Scott for commenting in the chat first tonight. She actually tagged her friend Mary Ryan, who's actually here now. So thank you, Angela, for being the first commenter. All right. So we're talking about refs. Why do you think fields and stuff started doing embedded refs? Catch the cheaters? What? Or refs just wanted to play more?
Worst idea ever.
Hotline's open too. You can call in and give your opinion. Worst idea ever? In-game ref? Really?
Soto wants to know where your skull is.
Soto, I'm trying to find a big enough pot to boil it in. That's not a pot I already cooked food out of. Because just the idea of boiling a skull in a pot and then eating out of that pot later. Yeah.
The Marines did it all the time.
Oh, they did. Sam Eden says it's hard enough to tell if someone has called their hits from far away. Sometimes you need someone next to the cheater. I get that, Sam. That makes sense. But what if the embedded ref is so involved in playing the game? Do you think that maybe he or she may miss? Oh, we got a call.
Where's
Hey, thank you for calling the Valken Debrief. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Alex Petarakis from Illinois.
Oh, hey, Alex. What is up?
I want in.
Oh, they can hear you. So, what's your opinion on refs being hidden or visible?
Well, I'll tell you, I think it's a combination of both. I think you need some people out there just to help with the flow of the game, right, in case people lost or anything like that. But also, too, on a lot of issues that, that are coming about, I think when people are hidden in there. People tend to act well around refs, and when the refs leave, they tend to act maybe badly. I think the combination of both in the field is actually a good combination. So a little bit of admins in the field, but then also some embedded refs.
Cool. When did and I assume Mir does both?
I do both. Yes. It's not about playing with the refs playing. It's just about integrity. And when people see orange vests around, sometimes they act better than when they don't. So I think the mix of both help the game. They also help the game flow better.
Do you think both sides have a different role of what they're supposed to do?
Yes, and I think where the issue comes in is that when you have in-game refs or in-game admins that are part of teams, it could sometimes be construed as they're helping the other team over. They rather help their team over the other team. So that's one thing that we have to do is make sure that they're impartial. They're there for a reason, and the reason is to ref first and foremost.
So are these embedded and over refs, are they paid?
Yes.
Okay.
They're just like normal refs, and they're staff. Reason being, I don't take, at least in our events with the volunteers, when people volunteer for things, they don't sometimes take things as seriously as if they're actually paid something.
Cool. Well, thanks for your opinion, Alex. We appreciate it.
No problem. No one was calling in, so I thought I'd kick her off.
Nice. Thank you, sir.
All right. Bye.
All right. So that was Alex. So let's see here. Kevin Callie Rudolph asks, are the embedded refs using wireless communication to call over to visible refs to pull people? Oh, that's very
That would be
interesting.
a good one.
That is a good
I
question.
have not seen that done, but I could see that work.
Yep. So we're trying to hold the line open for a special guest trying to call in here. Hey, Greg says, hi, Josh and Rob. Miss you guys. Brian Burgess. Yes, Popcorn Munchies. Brian from Overwatch Tactics. Herbert Wank is watching. Sam Eden at my field. Oh, we have a caller. Let's see here. Thanks for calling the Valken Debrief.
What up, what up, what up?
Who's this?
This is Soto from Overwatch Tactics.
Dang it, Soto, hold the line a second.
Alright.
Dang it. What the heck?
This is Soto from Overwatch Tactics.
Soto. Alright, Soto, do me a favor.
What up, what up?
We're waiting for
Yeah.
Call me right back, okay? Not yet.
Alright,
Wait till I
give
give you the signal.
Alright. But
Man. Okay. All right, Javier. I know which area code to look for now. So have your special contact call one more time,
Special.
and I'll only answer that one. Tom DeQuattro. Tom, it was great working with you last weekend. I had a blast. You know, that's very interesting. You know, Callie mentions that the embedded ref, do they have comms directly to the visible refs? I don't think anybody's ever done that before. We got
Maybe.
LAP.
Not that you've seen.
Well, true. That's true. I guess that because I haven't seen it. Oh, there it is.
Just because Kaiju hasn't seen it means it doesn't exist.
Thanks for calling the Valken Debrief. Who is this?
Is this propaganda show for Imperialist Pig Dogs? I want to call in to counter your propaganda.
Oh, yes. This is very much an imperialist show. We love Americans, U.S. Army Rangers, And we love what the American forces are doing in Central America.
What are they doing? Sitting around eating a bunch of steaks and stuff and smoking cigars and drinking the whiskey? That's all they're doing because they're getting ass kicked, those guys. I don't know about you, Guy, but I'm telling you right now, this is Colonel Ramon Verduga. I am new commander for FEB forces.
You know what, Colonel Verduga? I heard, a little birdie told me, that you have a POW.
That is correct, yes. I think it is well known now. It made the news. It made the Copanian Times that Mr. Baba Moore, he's a guy, bald guy, kind of chunky guy, you know, like one cheeseburger too many kind of guy. He got captured, that guy.
So, kind of
He
like...
having bad luck. He talking all the shit all the time, always talking about, oh, I'm going to push the shit in. Oh, push to the poo-poo, push to the poo-poo. You know, I think now the DBI, which is the intelligence services for the FEB, I think they're going to doing some stuff for him like he talked. You know what I'm saying, Guy?
Oh, I heard the DBI have very good interrogation techniques. Is that correct?
Oh, yes. We're getting all kinds of information from that guy. He talking big time. What's that movie, the American movie? It's crazy redneck movie. The one that goes, yeah, scream like pig, wee, wee. That one, he's crazy. He's like that. I think it's kind of like that.
You know, the way you described how he looked, it reminded, I just saw Avengers Endgame. It sounded like a bald version of Thor from the movie Endgame. Like the Big Lebowski.
Kind of like that.
Kind of like that? So what's a...
I don't know what movies you're talking about. I don't watch so much American propaganda. Always superheroes. Look, another movie with guys in tights. I mean, come on. How many movies you gonna make like that? Give me a break.
So what's on the horizon for the FEB?
Okay, so like we're gonna kick the imperialists out first, you know, and we once we do that, then we're looking at making the 10th star. We have a nice star on the FEB flag. We're gonna make the 10th star. We're gonna go kicking the ass back in Copan and making Copan part of FEB. Because I'm Copanian, I'm not Bolivarian like FEB guys. I'm Copanian, but I get recalled to go over there. Got some officers over there. They're kind of uppity, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of British influence kind of there early years of the FEB.
Oh.
They yeah. They talk down to me, look down to me, but you know what? Verduga always come out on top. You know what I'm saying, guy?
So no, I totally get it.
Always with the big bucks. Always with the big bucks. Always with the big monies, and always with the women. You know what I'm saying, guy?
So what about this New Dawn resistance? I heard they said they're going to kick you out. What's up with those guys?
Those guys are amateur hour. Those guys are amateur hour. Those guys. Oh, give me a break, man. Are you serious right now? They're like, oh, New Dawn, look at that. I mean, come on. Look at the propaganda for FEB that just came out not too long ago, and look at the propaganda for the New Dawn. It's like, who made this? My 5-year-old made this on a phone? Come on, give me a break. Get out of here.
Oh, my goodness.
Those guys, yeah, New Dawn, they're amateur. They need classes in insurgency.
Woodcock Stone says, Colonel Ramon Verduga wears stretchy pants. Damn. He's calling you out in the chat.
Well, I do wear the stretchy pants. I wear the stretchy pants when I do the Colonel Ramon extreme workout videos. I don't know if you've seen the commercials for that.
I've seen that.
Yes, all proceeds go to funding Ferris. And if for people, your viewers, they don't know what Ferris is. Es Fuerzas Armadas Revolucionarias para la Igualdad Social. So that is Ferris, and they are a Copanian insurgency, big time insurgency, not like New Dawn, amateur hour in FEB.
Now, I also heard that the New Dawn commander was assassinated by the most heroic individual from Copan.
That guy is hero. That guy is hero for FEB. He got highest award. That guy. Yes, I know the story. I helped write the citation for his Valor Award posthumously.
Well, for all our viewers who weren't there, can you share what this hero did?
Of course. So this guy, he is assassin guy. He is big time assassin guy. And they send him in. We get him in, sneak him inside to guerrilla base. Nobody watching. He go in and sneak. He poisoned Colonel De Leon. He is Leon del Norte. We had information on what he looks like. He goes in there and he stabbed him with syringe, and De Leon goes down big time. He grabbed as much intelligence as he could, run away. He get caught. He get caught by the resistance, and they start to interrogate him. And during the interrogation, they're beating him relentlessly. He's like, he's getting close. He's going to talk. And he's like, look, you got a Geneva Convention, blah, blah, blah. Because we know the American forces were there. So they got they got the rules they got to play by. So he's like, oh, I got to go pee-pee. You got to let me go pee-pee, poo-poo. I got to go really bad.
Pee-pee, poo-poo.
So, yes. So he go to the Porta-John. Over there, the Porta-John, they didn't take his belt. He did not have cyanide tablet. We cannot afford cyanide tablets. So he took belt. He hung himself. He hung himself. They could not interrogate him anymore. Yes, they took too long. They're like, hey, what's going on? Yes. They're like, what's taking so long with this guy? Why is he taking so long to make the caca? So they beat on the door, no answer. Beat on the door, no answer. And they force the door open. They see him. They're like, oh, man, he hung himself. But he also was, doing the penis thing. He was like pulling on his penis to make the ejaculation. You know what I'm saying, guy? So he had, I think it's called autoerotic asphyxiation death, but also suicide. So it worked. So he went out like champ.
Man,
so the Porta-John
he's good.
Slippery.
The Porta-John was slippery.
A little too slippery and backfire.
Yes.
So,
yes.
where can people that want to sign up for your cause do that? How do they do that? How do they become fighters
Isn't
for
it a
the
number
FEB?
on the bathroom stall?
Oh, man, hold on. My dog is, I'm sorry. My dog smells, imperialist pig dogs. Hold on. Get in here. Get in. She's going nuts. I'm sorry. What was your question again?
So if people want to sign up and support
Yes.
the Companion cause, how do
Of
they
course.
do that?
They go, there is secret interweb, darknet site. It's called Centurion. And they go there and they go for enlistments, and then they give visas for FEB and Copan, depending on where we're fighting. If you want to join FEDES and we're fighting in Copan, you join FEDES. If we're fighting in the FEB, then join the FEB military. It's the secret darknet, super encrypted website for visas.
Outstanding. Well, thank you.
It's called joincenturion.com. It's a secret website. Only pass on to good guys.
Only good
for
guys.
Fighting imperialists. Yes.
Well, thank you, Colonel Verdugo, for calling us in and talking to us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. And anytime you want me on the show, because I know sometimes you get imperialist guys that want to talk, hey, we're going to show them, America this, America... No, come on, guys.
You know what? I think I may be able to arrange an interview with you and one of those imperialist dogs.
Oh, that's good. That'd be good. I would love to have a good, counter-propaganda meeting with a guy like that.
Oh, that sounds great. Well, thank you, Colonel Verdugo, for calling in.
All right. Thank you for your time, imperialist guy.
All right.
See you later.
Take care. Oh, my goodness. That was great. So Airsoft Columbia asks, when are you guys at Valken going to hook us up with a new fleet of rentals? Well, if you need new rentals, you can email us. Either Andy@Valken.com, bmanor@Valken.com. You can message the Facebook page. Let your sales rep know. Let anybody know. We are more than happy to help you out. So, we got Chris Rainey from Cerberus, JP from An American Milsim. Let's see. I know we had a couple of good comments in here. Jake Garcia says, player admin usually are leaders of community and help move the event, along with enforcing and correcting their own. Visible admins are there for enforcing rules and regulations and defusing any potential situations. I would agree with that. What do you think the balance is? Do you guys, viewers, you can call in or comment in the chat. What do you think the balance is? 50-50? More overtly visible refs or more hidden refs? I was actually having a conversation with a friend. I won't name drop because name dropping is not good.
It's airsoft, bro.
Unless you're Colonel Ramon Verduga.
You know, one time I got to use Robo Murray's gun.
Really?
Yeah, whole game.
I'm like, how did that happen? We got Big G in the house, Big Gino, CEO of Valken headquarters. Oh, we got a caller. Thanks for calling the Valken Debrief. Who is this?
This is Javier.
Hey, what's
Illinois.
up? What is going on?
Oh, I was just calling to talk about your guys' subject. I saw you guys had Colonel Verdugo on here recently, and he's a character. I plan on staying more on subject, if I'm sure you prefer.
Oh, no, that's completely fine. Having the cameo appearance by Colonel Verduga was amazing. So,
yeah, he's the most charismatic. I'll say he's the most charismatic leader in airsoft today. I mean, hands down.
absolutely, I would agree with that 100%. So, Javier, what's your take on referees?
Well, I mean, I've seen referees. I've had the pleasure of playing for a lot of different event companies. You know, I've never considered myself a one flavor kind of guy or one or two flavor kind of option. So I've had the pleasure of seeing it done many, many different ways. I think in a more modern mil sim, let's push towards reality world, that the old days of the orange and red shirt, dominating the field and their constant presence is kind of a little dated. I think that also when you don't see a red shirt and you expect one, then you don't have one in the area. You're like, oh, then the event is understaffed or underreffed, and that can be just a weird false sense of lack of staff when it may not be true. So
true.
I know that.
Think about that.
I know that for us personally, now being part of a company, working with Centurion and all that, I can now say that the best is a hybrid option. You don't want 100% embedded, but you also don't want you don't want all red shirts or orange shirts. And the way we kind of do it, and if guys didn't notice, like this past weekend, there was at the Pathfinder event, there were 12 staff members. They were part of the Centurion team. And for some volunteers, to paid staff, to seniors, owner staff, which you don't pay yourself per se. But so there was all those. Those are the three kinds of staff that we have our events, and I'm sure any event has a similar setup. But of those, 12 dedicated staff members that were there working towards the storyline in the event itself, we only had like 3 red or orange shirts. And those were guys either dual rolling as a ref and or handling pyro and video. And we like to do it that way, and I think it's advantageous that way, one, for realism. They're in a real battle, you don't have, red shirts and orange shirts going around pointing at you. And then having those guys embedded, and obviously you have to make it a point to let the participants know, your customers know, you're being watched. And at any point in time, one of these members will pull a card or is wearing a patch. I mean, it just depends what company does it, and will remind you that you are being watched by a member of the staff providing rule set. And then you keep the orange and red shirts for de-escalation of serious situations. Get yourself into a bind where guys are openly arguing or having an open problem. You send in an orange shirt or a red shirt and say, hey, look, I need you over there to be the reminder that not only is there somebody secretly watching you, there's somebody overtly watching you. So my personal belief is that you need both.
Let me ask you a question.
I would have...
Do you see a correlation between the number of staff and the number of players for an event? Do you see any trends going on, like, size of games are shrinking, because of available staff, for example?
Sure. I mean, I think there's definitely a shrinking in event sizes. I mean, nobody's hitting it at 400 or 500 guys consistently anymore. I mean, that used to be the norm. I mean, this is just unspeakable.
Josh? Yeah.
Since it's not the norm, and I think it's not the norm for a couple of reasons. It's not the norm for availability of the proper amount of staff, and the availability of the proper amount of staff is connected to the fact that there are more good companies hosting more events, which means those guys that would more naturally be available to staff your event have either started their own companies or are working with other companies. And so the quality people that are willing to take on that very thankless work and responsibility within an event are out there paving their own way also. So, you don't have enough staff to get to handle 400 or 500 guys. So you have to scale down. I mean, honestly, and I think the scaling down is good, because what does that mean? It means you better be bringing quality over quantity, because you can't have a crappy event at 100 guys or 200 guys and then pretend like you can keep selling that.
That is true. Well, thank you, Javier, for calling in. Very insightful.
Sure, happy to help.
All right, man. I'll catch you later.
Take care.
Bye. All right. I can't forget Mr. William Soto, one of the fine folks at Overwatch Tactics. He called in. I'm going to ask him to call back. It's always good to hear different opinions from different event hosts. So we've had several event hosts call in, but we haven't had a field owner call in yet. So I'm curious to see if managing referees is different for a field owner versus a ref. But Sergeant Soto, you've been called to the carpet. Call in so we can hear about you. One of Overwatch's, let's see, is this him? Thanks for calling the Valken Debrief. Who is this?
Is this the Kaiju?
It is. Who's this?
This is a Mary.
This is what? Who?
This is Mary.
Mary?
Yeah.
So, what do you think about referees, Mary?
Mary thinks it doesn't matter if refs are visible or not, because fuckboys will be fuckboys either way.
Oh, I think this is a Chicago area code. So, you're saying that referees don't matter because if players want to screw around and not follow the rules, they're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that is a good point. That is a good point.
Mm.
Well, thank you very much, Mary. Thanks for calling in.
You're welcome.
All right. That was
new.
Yeah, but that's okay. We're not afraid. Brian Burgess from Overwatch. Oh, here's another one. Different area code. Thanks for the call on the Valken Debrief. Who's this?
This is definitely not Mary. This is Soto.
Okay. All right.
I almost thought that was the creepy doll from Insidious that was calling in about had some figures.
Dude, don't tell me that's the creepy doll, dude. That would freak me out.
That would be a little overly, but I mean that's just the feeling I got.
So, all right, Mr. Soto, one of the HMFICs with Overwatch Tactics, and one of, not the big dog, but
no.
But number two, I would say number two.
I'm more like 52.
So how do I mute that? Can people hear that calling? There we go. So, what are your opinions about refs? Embedded, visible, both?
It's got to be both. I mean, living in a world of airsoft that we're in right now, I mean, it's definitely evolved since I started. I mean, we've been playing now, or me and Lone Wolf have, for about 9 years. And the evolution of guns and movement and just kids in general, I mean, it's evolved like you wouldn't even believe. So usually Overwatch, we definitely have both. We have the red play carriers. Those are definitely your zoned out admins that we have. But also, we have in-game admins. Our in-game admins are usually around, we try to stay around double the amount of red play carrier admins. Mm-hmm. But, you definitely got to have both. With as many, 100 players, 150 players, you have to have best of both worlds, for the simple fact is to try to cover as much area as possible.
Do you think there's, like when you have an event, you rent porta potties, right? You got to have so many porta potties for so many people. Do you think there's a magic number between how many refs you should have on the field versus how many players?
It depends on the AO.
Or a general rule of thumb. Oh, depends on the AO. Like what? Are we talking about CQB versus Woods or Urban or what?
If you have a mixture of both. I mean, Overwatch, we do CQB and outdoors, Woodsy versus, CQB. I mean, you got to have a little bit of a mixture of both.
Which one typically requires more? Indoor?
Indoor for sure, because there's too many corners to cut.
Okay. Do you guys have a rule of thumb, like, one ref for every 25
Negative.
or 50 or?
There's never, okay, so kind of like a basketball reference. We kind of play like a zone defense, so we don't really have a specific set amount of admins or in-game admins. It really depends on players and, the size of the AO. How does the AO flow? That's, flow is a very big thing that we use in Overwatch, is because you want that constant game to go, go, go. We want to, let you feel mentally, physically, exhausted. 6 hours of gameplay, 4 hours, 3 hours, it's a constant go. So it really depends on the AO and structures and, all that.
So you're staffing based on the AO challenges and requirements rather than the player base.
Correct. Players are very minute, but not minute source to the equation, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. It's more of, the corners, We use a lot of pieing, we use multiple bodies to get up on walls, to clear, rooms and buildings and all that. So it really just depends on your tactical advantage, your line of sight. If, how many, eyes are you going to really need?
Gotcha. Well, thank you, Mr. Soto, for calling in and sharing us with your experience.
Go shizzle, I sizzles. Hey, Darth Valken, you need to put a little smile, honey. Yeah.
Smile, Josh. All right, Soto, thanks for calling in, bud.
Yeah, no worries. You guys have a good night.
You too.
All right.
Marissa Gregorich commented in the chat. Where's my little button here? She says at FKC games, we have 6 dedicated non-playing, i.e. non-shooting admins with at least 3 field refs, I can't read, who are usually team leaders who are veterans of our games. We play LARPsoft, so having field refs with experience in both is important for our style. Heck yeah. Oh, did you wave at Greg? Greg? There you go, Greg. He waved at you. Just for you. Brian Daniel is here. Brian Eggerly from the Field Airsoft. Brian's like, WTF, what is going on? Danny Farage, still bitter about Ops Sunset, y'all worked us. Hey, there's always the next one. Oh, we got another caller. Let's see who this is. Thanks for calling the Valken Debrief. Who's this?
This is Brian Edgerly from the Field Airsoft.
Hey, what's up, Brian?
Hi, what's up, man?
Man, you look really handsome on that screen. You almost look like Jerry Springer.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, so
Alright.
tell us about how you run your refs down there at the field.
All right, so my players are kind of like we have like a small backyard type of community, but it is actually a little bit of a larger airsoft field, and I'm actually growing with my with everything, and our actual players are most of like my main players, the trusted players, actually have as admins, player admins. And anything that gets over about 15 to 20 players, we'll actually have another, one of my players will actually step up and we'll have two player admins that play. So
are those player admins, are they on staff or are they just regular players?
they're just regular players, and we actually have them every now and then. I'll actually get out there and I'll admin as well. Mm-hmm. But I'm more I work a lot.
So how do you keep them consistent when they're making calls and things like that? If and I'm not saying it's not okay. I'm like, a lot of fields use players to help admin, but the challenge is, how do you keep them consistent in their play calls?
Right. So like we barely have any cheaters. I've only had maybe I want to say 3 or 4 instances where we've had people not call hits in the past year and a half, and I think that's a extremely low number. And when we go, we're more of a down home type airsoft field. It's not like some big corporate field when you actually come here. It's more family oriented when you actually come here. And most of my players, like even the new players come in, it's they all call their hits. They're really, it's an amazing experience all around. And that actually requires, I don't actually have to have a lot of admin to actually ref a game.
Gotcha.
Josh Gibson, he admins for me. Chase Bynum with Echo Tech Customs, he admins for us. And there's a lot of other players that will actually step up and admin, and they actually love the admins.
Josh Gibson's actually in the chat. He actually just asked me, "Hey Kaiju, are you guys coming down to Palooza?" Yes, I'm going to be at Airsoft Palooza. Brian, are you going to be at Palooza?
Yes, sir. Actually, Kurt messaged me and reached out to me and asked me if I wanted a booth, and I said, of course.
Outstanding.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, they're expecting over 1,000 attendees and staff for that event. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, you and I haven't actually met face to face yet. Right. So I'm looking forward to actually meeting you down at Palooza.
Yeah, me too. And I've been hearing a lot about y'all. I try to tune in, on every Thursday, but I'm an entrepreneur. I own a lot of businesses, so I try to make time for everything. So I was like, you know what? I seen that phone number. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give them a call. I'm nervous as hell, but it's better to reach out and network.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah. Heck yeah, it's all about networking. Josh knows about networking, don't you, Josh?
Yeah.
Josh is shaking his head no. All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Brian. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good one.
All right.
All right. So, we're coming to about the end of our time right here real quick.
It is snowing.
It is snowing. It is snowing. So, do we want to do
events?
Events to
Sure. Another call.
One more, since they're calling. We'll just take this one right here. Thanks for calling the Valken Debrief. Who's this?
Hey, Kaiju, it's Doug from Indiana.
Doug from Indiana. Wait, Doug Smith?
That is me, sir.
Holy smokes, Lieutenant Salazar. Oh wait, no, that's somebody else. Never mind.
No, that was me. Or was it me?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a man that wears many faces.
You are.
Yeah.
So,
I'm like a bearded Arya Stark.
Wow. You just put a visual in my head. I can never go back.
Well, I tend to do that to people. I have that effect on others.
We gonna start acting like heathens and start with Game of Thrones spoilers.
No, don't do that.
No
Game of Thrones spoilers. So, Doug, talk to me, man.
Yeah, I'm a staff member at a small field here in South Central Indiana, the Boneyard, and I think it's important, to look at it through different lenses, like big national events like MilSims. It's totally different. Usually you have a lot more experienced players at a MilSim event and they know what to expect.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like at our field and probably a lot of local fields, you get a lot more newer guys trying it out for the first time. It's kind of lent to that kind of thing. Guys move out of the backyard and like, this is an established field, but it's not overwhelming like a large MilSim event. And we have a little bit of both. It's not a big field. It's about 5 acres. And, we usually get, I'd say we average 30 to 50 players when we have a game. So we usually have like 1 to 5 red shirts, if that's what you want to call them, on the field, depending on player turnout. And we don't really have a set percentage. It's just, if it's just a few players, 1 or 2 guys will go out. It's just kind of done by feel. But we usually have one of our guys on each side. And in this situation, I feel like in MilSim, you don't really normally know who the embedded admins are.
Mm-hmm.
For a reason, so you can't avoid them. If at a MilSim event, if you're going to tell everybody who your embedded players are, then they might as well be wearing an orange vest, for that purpose. But at a smaller field where you're, younger guys or at least newer guys to the sport, they know who we are, and we don't have a vested interest in who wins the game. Especially it's pickup games. You're not traveling to go. It's less money. So guys have a less, most players are really there just for the fun of it. There's not a lot of investment in who wins what. Maybe some bragging rights with your buddies.
No, of course. And
right.
So,
but even at that, we don't care who wins. We're there for the field and there for the sport. So the guys know who we are, so that if there's a question or an argument or a player's like, hey, what do I do? Then there's somebody there that they can approach and be like, hey, what do I do? My gun's not shooting right, or should I move over here, or any number of questions, learning the game, so to speak. And at the same time, you know who those guys are, but because they're embedded in playing, you kind of lose track of that. And so we've also been able to catch guys like, hey, man, you need to call that hit, or whatever. Hey, that's, you're inside your MED for an LMG. You need to move back a little bit. Just kind of, shepherding the game along, so to speak. But
let me ask you a question real quick, Doug, because you ref at a field. Do you find it that players want to chit chat with you a lot, both on and off the field? But you're there working. Do you ever feel like you have to kind of cut them off, or how do you balance that with being friendly but still do your job, and not getting distracted?
Yes and no. There is a little bit of that, but mostly it's in between games.
Gotcha.
Because guys come there to play, and so sometimes you're like, hey man, I've got to go on the field for this game. I'll catch up with you later. But I've not found a lot of like in-game interruption where guys, unless there's an issue, guys don't normally just come up to chat while you're trying to ref the game.
Okay.
At least from my experience.
Gotcha.
because they're more concerned about playing the game that they're in.
Awesome. Well, thanks for calling in, Doug. I appreciate your insight.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right, man. We'll see you at the next one.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
You too.
All right.
All right. So, let us hit up events. Events! All right, we're going to start them. Here we go.
First up, we have Operation Tailwind 3, May 11th in the Midwest region.
That's this weekend.
Yeah. This is a Nemesis Milsim event at Black Ops Bristol, Wisconsin. Conflicts 5.
Oh, yes.
May 17th to 19th in the Midwest region. Valken Airsoft and Cobra Airsoft Legion event.
Heck yeah.
At Blast Camp at Paintball and Airsoft.
Nike Missile Base.
Park, Indiana. And just keeps going on. Fertile Crescent 5. May 18th to 19th in the Appalachian region. Ballahawk Airsoft event in Chesapeake, Virginia. The Seneca Redirective.
Seneca.
May 18th through the 19th in the Northeast region. This is a mere tactical event at Seneca
Army Depot
in Romulus, New York. Airsoft Palooza, May 18th in the Southern region. This is an Evike Outpost event at High Ground Airsoft in Houston, Texas. Operation Lion Claws 18, Sovereign Nation, May 24th through 26th in the Pacific region. This is a Lion Claws event at George Air Force Base in Victorville, California.
What up, Potter? Sorry, I had to say hi.
Broken Home 8, Civilian Crisis, May 24th through 26th in the Midwest region. This is an American Milsim event at D-Day Adventure Park in Wyandotte, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm going to be one of the civilian faction leaders.
You are?
Yep.
Congratulations.
And none of them in my faction know who I am. This is going to be so fun.
Yeah. Do you know who I am?
Oh, no. It's like, oh, what was that? Oh, the remote control?
Yeah.
Yes.
Red Storm East Inferno, June 21st to the 23rd, Appalachian region. This is a Lion Claws event in Elkin, North Carolina. And last but not least, Bad Blood East 2019, June 22nd in the Northeast region. This is an evike.com event at EMR Event Park in New Milford, Pennsylvania. You'll be going to that one, won't you?
Yes. I'll actually be working that event with Mr. Andy Potter.
With Andy Potter.
I told him he had to
touch Potter's meat. Is he?
I think he's grilling. He better be grilling. I mean, you know, I heard he grills the best meat in the game. So, but I did tell him I'm only coming if we go eat at Bojangles. Gotta have some Bojangles. But hey, everybody! Thanks for watching the Valken Debrief Airsoft live show. We appreciate everyone's support each and every week. We almost hit 40.
Almost like 42, 43.
Did we hit 42, 43? Then we, oh man, that was
almost
fun. We gotta have some more cameo appearances with folks like Colonel Verduga. Maybe I can get Colonel Verduga and one of the U.S. Forces commanders to get on there. That would be pretty funny. So next week we're gonna be on the road. Man, we've got both conflicts next weekend, Palooza next weekend, and then Memorial Day weekend after that, which there's like 3 or 4 events going on Memorial Day weekend. So there's so many. So we won't have the live show because we have to get on the road, but we will be coming to you live from several events over the next 2 or 3 weekends. So be sure to turn on your notifications for the Valken Airsoft Facebook page, the Valken Alliance Facebook page, and Instagrams. You never know where I'm going to pop up live, whether it's Instagram or Facebook. Just depends how good the bandwidth is on what platform at that time. So thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for your support. Like, share the show. Follow Darth Valken. Bomb tag Darth Valken. Bomb tag him.
I don't even check my Instagram anymore.
He needs the love. All right.
I can't be distracted by the outside world.
All right, everybody. Take care. Have a good night. We'll catch you later.
Are we going? What's going on, guys? It's Nigel with Elite Force. Check out the Valken Debrief. Debrief? Try one more time. Check out my briefs.
Hey, I like my briefs.
Check out the briefs.
That's so great. See, once I knew what I was doing.
And those are my guys, actually. It's just, you know,
where is kids?
Hi, it's Jonathan from Airsoftology. I'm really camera shy, but you're watching the Valken Debrief.
So, we like to give you a small gift from us.
Stop filming.
Hey, it's Kaiju. I'm the Supreme Commander. That's what I am.